It is not in their duty, the host country's duty, to adjust their way of life to suit you, the migrant, to suit you, the visitor.
Hi everyone, welcome to Amagan Observer. So I saw a couple of TikTokers that are catching some really heavy flack from their fellow Nigerians. Some of their fellow Nigerians are not having it, but it's legit advice.
A migrant. I don't know why this is so difficult for some people to understand, because he actually gives me stress. Yeah, I don't know why it's so difficult for people to understand. Yeah, a migrant is someone that left his country of birth to a different country it could be for a better life, for a new start, whatever reason. But as a migrant who wants to thrive in the new system, when you get to that system, the first thing you do, you integration, right? You learn the language, you learn the people, their way of life, what they do, how they do it, right? Because it is not in their duty, the host country's duty, to adjust their way of life to suit you, the migrant, to suit you, the visitor. It is your responsibility as the migrant, as the visitor, to learn their way, then readjust unlearn and relearn, then readjust yourself to fit in the system. You are the one that is giving them discomfort. They are not the one, it's not the other way around, because you left your country of origin to this new country. So this is part of the reason why most of you are having problem, because when you get to a new country, you want the people in that country, the original owners of that country, you want them to change their ways to suit you. Who are you? Where are you from? Why don't you stay in your country and live your original way of life? This is the thing that gives me headache. When you get to a country, you learn their ways of life, the way they behave, then you fit in, you find your own corner. This is the only way you can thrive as a migrant. This is the only way you can thrive as a traveler, wherever you may be. Don't go and be going to somebody's country and then you'll be expecting them. Now, I've come to your country. I have to change my ways so that you can feel comfortable. Bloody hell, you ain't going to feel comfortable in that country. You better go back to your country if that's how you're going to behave. As for this comment, it's irrelevant. She needs help. See, sometimes I read some comment here. I'll be wondering, do these people know that I'm in Nigerian? I know what you know. We came from the same system. I know what we are like. You understand now? So you are saying, my friend, keep quiet, you know nothing. Nobody wants to go to South Africa. No this and no peace. I know. I know, and I already know peace. It's people like you now that don't know peace that are making comment like this. Because I know what I'm talking about. Some Nigerians are living Nigeria, not for anything else. They just want a steady power supply. Some Nigerians are living Nigeria not because they just want a good road. Some Nigerians are living Nigeria for security purpose. They don't even care. Even Togo, there are Nigerians in Togo. That even from Togo to Nigeria, how many hours? It's just like you jump from bedroom to lounge or from bedroom to parlor. And you are saying nobody wants to go to South Africa. For some Nigerians, South Africa is a heaven. Is the heaven. They feel like when they're in South Africa, they are next to God. And you are telling me, no, they don't want to go. Okay, they don't want to go. The ones that are in South Africa, tell them to come back, and you see the way they will insult your life. You know nothing. You better behave. You get problem. You that made this comment, you have a problem. And I know what your problem is. Look at your name, Odogu Wise. Do you know how many of your brothers that are in South Africa? You are supposed to just wake up in the morning and put your feet on the ground and be thanking South Africans. You pay homage to them because they are like God to you. Look at this comment. A madman doesn't know he's mad. How are you sure you are not mad? God. You see your life? You are losing control of your own life. You see? Why don't you put yourself in check? Put yourself in check. If we check very well now, the way some of you are butt hot when you hear the truth is alarming. The way some of you are butt hot. What is the problem? Why is it that you can't stand to hear the truth? This is my problem with you guys. This is my problem with you guys. Change your ways. Change your ways before it's too late. Okay?
You see these three people I'm going to call: Anthony Joshua, Kamaru, Israel Adesanya. Now, somebody calls me a prophet, but I'm not a prophet, and I'll tell you why he called me a prophet. Do you remember when Anthony Joshua beat, I think it was the Ukrainian Klitschko, right? Yeah, that was the last fight he had before the last fight he had before he actually faced Andy Ruiz, where Andy Ruiz beat him. Now, the truth is that, as at that time, I'll tell you a very short story. As at that time, Anthony Joshua was everywhere. You know, the moment, let me tell you one thing about Nigeria. If you're nobody, Nigerians will not recognize you. But it doesn't matter what part of the world you are in. I heard so many Africans say this, and that's so true. Once you're progressive, Nigerians want to find a way to start claiming that you are a Nigerian. They always like to acquaint with successful people. Even when it's clear you're not a Nigerian, they will start digging out things in a way to try and show that somehow this guy is Nigerian. I'm telling you the truth. They've done it to so many people, including Adebayo of Togo. So immediately Anthony Joshua became the big deal. Nigerians were like, Anthony Joshua is our own, Anthony Joshua is our own. I told someone, I made it emphatic, and as at that time, Anthony Joshua was undefeated. I made it very emphatic. God is my witness. I said, the moment Anthony Joshua aligns with Nigeria, he's going to fetch his first defeat. He's going to fetch his first defeat, and I'll tell you why. It's not prophecy, it's practical. I'm going to explain why. Now, let me go further. Eventually, not long, Anthony Joshua started running advert for Globe, blah, 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 started saying Niger at the hell, and all those things. And what happened? A rookie, Andy Ruiz, beat him up. And that was the beginning of his downfall. Today, the boy just messed him up. Now, let's talk about Kamaru. Kamaru has been in the US, yeah? No one recognized him. The moment Kamaru became undefeated in the UFC, blah, 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 what happened? They claimed Kamaru. The moment Kamaru acquainted with or leaned towards Nigerians, I told that same person, in fact, that person, I didn't tell him again. The guy came to my house and told me, look at what is happening to Kamaru. I told him he's going to fail. And what happened? A Jamaican knocked him out. And that was it. Knocked him out cold. And that was the end of Kamaru. Now, who's the next person? Israel Adesanya. By then, my words were already there. It was already out there. So people were trying to see, okay, I've said this about Anthony Joshua and it happened. I've said this about Kamaru and it happened. Let's see this about Israel Adesanya. Because as at that time, Israel Adesanya was undefeated. He wasn't just undefeated, he was thriving. And I said, the moment this guy leaves Ireland and reckons with Nigeria, he's going to fall. I made that same statement. They doubted me. So these guys who already knew, because I don't just state these things, I'll tell you why. So these guys who already knew this, they were watching out to see exactly what happens to Adesanya. So when this thing happened to Adesanya and he lost first to Alex Ferrari, that Mexican guy, yeah. Now subsequently he started failing. These guys rushed to my house, including my elder brother, and was like, dude. Now let me tell you why this is not prophecy. Let me tell you why. If you are successful in the world as a Nigerian, do not reckon with Nigerians. Be polite to them, but never ever reckon with Nigerians. It's not about being diabolic. I'll tell you how they make you become vulnerable, hence giving you a loser mentality. Even Mikel Obi stated this, and then you start losing. Now let me tell you how. In Nigeria, once you attain a little success, Nigerians will give you the impression that you're God. And on such note, you become vulnerable when you're proud. That's one of the things you've got to know. And this is how they set up our politicians to think that they can get away with whatever they do. This is how they set up our politicians and our celebrities to start feeling that they are gods amongst men. Nigerians will make you feel that way. But in other countries, in all these developed countries, no matter how successful you are always reminded that you are nobody. You are always reminded that you've not arrived. You're always reminded that you should keep your eyes on ground. You're always reminded that you should still continue being humble, simple, and meek. Look at Lionel Messi. He conquered Europe. But since he hadn't conquered the World Cup, Argentines still reminded him, you are nobody, especially in comparison to Maradona. And that was why Lionel Messi gave his last blood to ensure he wins the World Cup with Argentina. Now he's in glory, yet so simple. Now this teaches us so many things. I hope I open your eyes. If you are in Nigeria, be very meek. Be very meek and humble.
Meek and humble? Isn't that what most Nigerians term as being mumu? That would be a long stretch. I agree with the first commentator who said, when you are a migrant, know how to behave in other people's space. You don't move into another country and do whatever you like. It is on you, the migrant, to fit into that society, not the other way around. You integrate, you learn the language. You don't come in for 26 years and yes, I'm speaking about that so-called Igbo. He's an Igbo leader, but he calls himself king. You don't come to a space. And that's where the irritation is coming from. You don't come into someone's space and then defend people who are not doing right. Your people are forcing themselves into spaces, into retail spaces that are not yours. It's not going to work. And then there's Kemi Badenoch. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. It's either Badenoch or Badenoch. But anyway, she's the new conservative UK parliamentarian. And for some reason, the story of the three fighters reminded me of her story. And here is why.
Maybe 30 seconds. Have you maybe reached out or say hello or congratulations to Kemi Badenoch, who is now the Tory leader in the Conservative Party of the UK?
You see, it depends if she identifies, you see, as the Nigerianness in her. You know, we've reached out to her once or twice without any response.
So lessons learned. Be good migrants. Don't be butthurt when you hear the truth or when facts are being told. And be meek and humble. Good luck with that. Folks, I'm going to end it here. Thanks so much for watching. Please remember to subscribe, like, share, and comment. And I'll see you in my next video. Bye.